no give. And so if the phone twists, it's going to crack because there's no give in the glass. But if you have a flexible glass like this, made of plastic, and LG is saying that this right here is indestructible. They're saying that you can put this through some very harsh conditions and it still will not break. So if that's the case, if this is true, and hopefully at their conference that they're going to be going to next week, hopefully they will show us some examples of this thing in extreme, like being twisted or dropped or even stepped on, and see if this thing really works. Because if it does, this is going to change the way people use their cell phones. And if video can be shown on there in such a thin screen, what does that mean for cell phone casings? We're going to have really paper, razor thin cell phones coming out, and that's just going to make it all the more attractive, all the more better, because people now, you sit down, your phone bends with you as opposed to either slips out of your pocket or just breaks altogether. You see what I'm saying? So this is something that we have to continue to monitor here on Tech Pulse, and definitely we're going to keep you up to date, because this is what we do. This is what we do here at Tech Pulse. Keep you up to date with the top stories in what's going on in the tech world. Now, we have another story here on the 65-inch TVs that are going to be coming out. Now, you know that 4K is slated to start coming out as early as June. And Samsung now, according to reports, Samsung now is ready. Now, Sony already stated they're coming out with their 4K sets, right? Now, Samsung plans to launch 55 and 65-inch 4K TVs in June. And as we told you already, that the reason why 55 inches is the minimum size is because you can't, after that size, if it's too small, you won't see a difference in clarity between 1080p and 4K. So the screens are going to be 55 inches minimum and then up from there. So Samsung now is revealing that they're coming out with their 55 and 65-inch models, and they're smaller than their initial 85-incher that they were planning to reveal. And now it's apparently ready to come out with those this June. Now, initially, prices of 4K TVs were 20,000, even some 40,000 sets for the 85-inch that Samsung had. It's listed at $39,999 for that 85-inch. However, Samsung hasn't released a price point yet, but hopefully, because Sony is coming out with their 4K sets for $6,000 for one, and I think $7,000 or $8,000 for the other. So Sony is under that $10,000 mark. Will Samsung be able to hit under the $10,000 mark? They're going to have to. And here's a picture of how these 4K sets are going to look. They're not going to look like the traditional TVs, because remember, a lot of these TVs are going to be super huge. So you're not going to get a lot of small TVs that you can place in on your table or something like that. They come with basically with their own stands. And here's an example of that right here. That's one of Samsung's TVs right there. Now imagine that bad boy. You're able to flip that thing around. I mean, imagine that bad boy in your living room. 4K right there. You know, super sharp, rich color. That thing, whoo, I mean, if you got that, you're taking your home entertainment to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? Beyond the competition right there. But it's just not affordable yet for the general consumer. But the fact that they're under $10,000 right now, it shows it's the same thing that happened when flat panel TV first came out. They were $20,000, $25,000. I'm never going to buy that. Now you can get a flat panel TV, you know, a 20-inch or something like that for $100. You know what I'm saying? $140. You can get a 60-inch, no frills flat panel LED for $1,000. You see? So prices are bound to come down. That's just what it is, you know. But the question is, how fast? You're always going to have early adopters, people who just want to get the biggest and the best. And although those things look good, I mean, to have to get that size, you need to have the room for it. You can't just get a 65, 75, 80-inch TV and put it where? You know, you have to have somewhere for it. So that's going to be an Achilles heel for these 4K sets, that they're not going to fit into every living room. So even if the price comes down, there's still going to be a limitation in the people buying it, because you don't have smaller than a 55-inch. So if people have these one-bedroom apartments that they can only fit a 40-inch, 47-inch, they're out of luck. 55 or higher if you want 4K. You got to have the space for it. So that's going to be a limitation, but I still think there's going to be enough people that are going to buy 4K in order to bring this new technology into the into this new era. So we're going to take another quick break, and at the end of that break, we're going to talk about the PlayStation 4 always on requirement. Is it definitely ruled out for the PlayStation 4 now that the 360 is going to make their announcement? Microsoft is going to make their announcement, and free field trips for schools. I mean, what is that all about? You know, and the Call of Duty Ghost teaser trailer has been released. We'll tell you where to go see that. All that and more coming up on Tech Pulse right after the break. So when we talk about right after the break, you know, don't go anywhere, man. You know, we will be right back. So we're here on Tech Pulse. We're going to see you right after the break. Stay right there. Right. Not polished. 90s tobacco of white years. Alright. All back. That's right. Niggas saying, man, I was just enjoying that music. But we're back. You gotta get back into the tech world, man. You gotta get back into talking about tech. And right now we're back in the studio and we're going to talk a little Pinterest. Now, for those of you that are Pinterest users, and for those of you that are not, maybe you're not a Pinterest user, you don't know what Pinterest is, and you're saying to yourself, man, what's this guy talking about? Pinterest? Well, Pinterest is for those that don't know, it's a pinboard style photo sharing website that allows users to create and manage theme-based image collections, such as maybe events or hobbies or different interests. You know, users can browse other people's pinboard for images or repin images on their own pinboards, like photos and stuff like that. And the site was founded by Ben Silberman and Paul Sakara and Evan Sharp. And the site is managed by Cold Brew Labs and funded by a small group of entrepreneurs and investors. So that's really what Pinterest is all about. Now, the reason why this story, I'm bringing you the story, because there are a lot of people that use Pinterest. And Pinterest decided to let you pass pins on to friends. You know, this new send button with pins, use the new send button with pins on the web or mobile to help friends find inspiration as well. That's what Pinterest is trying to do now. On last week, Thursday, the company added a send button to pins on the web and mobile, which means members can now click the button, that send button, to forward a pin to any of their Pinterest pals, Facebook friends, or email contacts. So, according to a software engineer, he said that your friend will see the pin in their notification or in their email, and if they repin, like or comment on the pin, they will let you know through notifications as well. So Pinterest makes a this popular web mobile service for collecting digital items a little bit more appealing, according to what people are saying, with this new send button on the pins. The send to friends option provides people with a faster way to keep their buddies in the know when digital inspiration strikes. Whenever you got something you want to share, you can do that quickly. You know what I mean? Once you have it in, put it up on, in Pinterest, you can just send that right to any of your pals on Pinterest or Facebook or email or anything like that right away. You know, just hit that send button and it's good to go. Send, you tell it where, and boom, it's off. So it's a faster way. So if inspiration strikes, or you have a picture that you took and you want to share that thing quick, that new send button will help you to do that faster than ways before, and it should also help stimulate repeat visits, according to a report by CNET, that this service is going to help. So for those of you that use Pinterest, and for those of you that don't know about Pinterest, and knowing that this is a digital scrapbooking service,